Hello, welcome to the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 31. I wasn't going to forget it.
I think it's 32.
32.
I think it's 31, is it not? Is it 32?
I don't know. I wrote on Reddit last week 31.
Oh, boy. I told you I'd never.
So.
I told you I wouldn't forget. Now I forgot. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Where's this at? What episode is
Fucking
this?
unprofessional.
It is 32.
32.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I am Daniel, your host. And with me I have Mr. Cool Common Collective, Connor.
Hello.
Yep. Look at that webcam now.
Yeah.
And the brash Brit Sims.
Hi.
Yeah. Look at that shiny head.
Yeah, man. Oh,
Yeah.
It's not so smooth today.
Not so smooth.
Do
How are
you use
boys
anything
doing?
for that, Sims? Like that oil they put in their head?
No, I didn't.
Oil?
Think it's oil.
No.
What if he put like bronzer on his head?
Mate, I don't
Got a
like-
nice tan.
Get like one of those brushes, shine it up real nice.
I just
This
shave
thing about
it.
a bald head, is it like you got to take care of the skin up there now?
I don't know. I just shave it off and then it grows back stupidly quick. Like, look how bad it is.
Okay.
So,
Didn't really do anything.
I just.
I thought there was a whole bald man upkeep. You
I'll
gotta
have to have
do
a
here.
look. I've never googled it. I kind of just get up, game, work, look after the kids, shave.
I was hoping there was much more in the process here.
No, nothing. Oh, there's a flicker again.
Yeah, I flickered again.
Why is that?
Connor, what are you playing? What have you been playing?
Right now I'm trying to pre-order a PS5, so I'm sorry if this is unprofessional.
No, it's
But it
not.
is.
This is perfectly
Anyways.
acceptable on this podcast.
Yeah,
Or-
you
I want
know,
you to get-
I
I
mean,
want
if
you to get
anything
one.
could be acceptable, it's this, right? So, anyways, I got one of those emails that I've been accepted to pre-order a PS5 by Sony. You know,
Okay.
Shuhei himself has come down from the heavens and picked me amongst the elite. You know, pre-order PS5.
You're
Came down,
amongst
he
the
was
chosen.
like, you will get a PS5, and I was like, me? It's like, yes, you. Connor. I'm like, all right. Thanks,
Okay,
Shuhei. I'll
okay.
fucking can't wait to pre-order it, you know?
So you've gone through the link that you've been emailed,
Yeah.
and then what
trying.
what
So you-
website
well,
does
not
it take you
updated.
to?
Finally got emailed. That's
Takes you to the actual, like, PlayStation Store website.
Okay.
Not like the one you'd see on PSN, but, like, they have
Yeah.
a different one where
The
you can
actual
order products
website.
off of. Yeah, yeah.
and it's
like
not
Microsoft.
live.
No, yeah, it's the PS5 still on an update. It doesn't look like, even though they said it'd be up like 5 minutes ago. But whatever.
So
Some things are.
I have 3 pre-ordered.
You have 3 PS5s pre-ordered.
Well, we'll get into it in a minute. But
Why
it
do
was a
you
shit-
even need that?
It was a
many?
shit show. So basically, Natalie's mum's buying us the PS5 for Christmas. So, I mean, last night I was panicking. I was like, "Nah, we need to pre-order this PS5." She was like, "No, Nat, mum's doing it." I was like, oh, "Look, but the live now game, they're gonna run out really soon. I'm on it, and 1 click away." She's like, "Look, don't worry about it. Mum will sort it." I says, "Yeah, but mum will have to go to the shop." And then she'll have to get really early because they're queuing up at 8 a.m. They have to queue about 7. She's like, "Look, my mum's got it." I was like, "Look, I just didn't have no faith." Okay. And then this morning she's like, "Mum's car has left because it's outside my house." She was like, "It's left. She is in the queue." I was like, "Oh my days." In the process, we pre-ordered on this catalog thing, just in case. And then her mum cheekily went back to the shop a bit later on and was like, "Can I pre-order another one for her husband?" So that's 3 pre-orders in the bag.
What are you going to do with 3 PS5s?
Well, one's her husband's, one will be Natalie's,
Oh, okay.
and one
He
will be
wants
mine.
one
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Hello,
cool.
Kitty.
We're getting PS5s then. Okay, so what have I been playing? Nothing much. Just Tony
Not
Hawk still.
much.
Yeah, nothing.
How's that going?
Pretty fucking good, man. Just going after these challenges, man. It's rough. It's giving me flashbacks to when I did the time trials for Crash Team Racing. Those are like these super hard time trials that you have to do in Crash Team Racing, yeah. And so there's these challenges in Tony Hawk to you have to link these gaps together across these maps, right? And they're like really hard. So like anything can be a gap, really. So like it'll be like get one rail and then grind this rail over here, right? And that'll be like one gap. That'll be like a special gap. And these are placed all throughout the map, right? So then there's ones that you got to link together in one combo, right? There'll be like one like transfer this half pipe, then go all the way across the map, grind this rail, then go on the other side of the map, and then grind this half pipe or some shit, right? That's what it'll be like.
All in one go.
Yeah, all in one combo, so you can't fall with it. Yeah, and these are these are very challenging. These are definitely the hardest thing I've ever seen in Tony Hawk because it's so hard to keep the combo, and you can't like put cheats on or anything. There's cheats in this game. There's like
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
yeah. There's like a big head one.
You can't even have big head cheat. You can't even have the big head cheat.
No, yeah, you can't even have the big head cheat
What?
for this.
That's not.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
There's no
It's like,
advantage to that.
I mean, yeah, they all skate around. They look like little bobbleheads. It's weird. But yeah, just been going for that. There's also like manual cheats and shit. Get out of here. And then what else have I been doing? I've just been playing multiplayer on it too, just killing it on there. I'm super good at Tony Hawk. It's really exciting that I'm like good at it, you know? Like I go on there, I'm
You got
usually
a game you're good at.
Yeah.
It always feels good. Yeah.
It's funny. It's just with these remakes that Activision's taking, because I was really good at Crash Team Racing. I'm really good at Tony Hawk. It's just like these older games from the 90s, man, that I've been playing since I was like a kid. I'm killing it.
Yeah, maybe it's just you're just Activision. You're good at Activision stuff. I don't know.
I'm horrible at Call of Duty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, absolutely awful at that.
Nobody likes an egomaniac.
Well, too bad. That's what you got. And then I've been playing more UFC too. Just
man.
fucking fools up online there. Yeah, that's right.
I'm
That's
coming
it.
for you. I see you over there. I'm coming for you, Arm. Let me tell
Oh,
you.
you're coming for me.
I want to
Okay.
buy the
Okay.
game and get good. Maybe
I
one
will
day.
destroy you at UFC, and then I will buy a WWE game, and then maybe you could beat me at that.
Never. Like I will.
Just
come
because
at
I
you-
feel like we got to be on an even playing field. I wouldn't feel fair to just like play you in UFC, dominate you, murder you, send you back home crying to your mom, and then you're just like, oh, okay, that was stupid. So I'd play you in WWE as well. Go to your world, you know,
That's my shot.
get a chair.
I'm just gonna come at you.
Bash
I'm gonna
over your head.
straight up. I'm just gonna put in a Kimura lock straight away, and you'll be tapping out like a bitch.
You know what a Kimura is? That's pretty impressive.
Well, Brock Lesnar does it in WWE, so
Does he really?
yeah.
He never once landed a Kimura in the UFC.
Never. No.
Never once.
Never.
He got an arm triangle once over Shane Carwin. That was cool. And then I've been playing something on Switch. What the fuck? Oh no, I played Black Mesa on Steam. So I got a computer now,
Woo.
as people can tell. Yeah, I got a webcam
You're
now.
a
No
nerd.
longer on the phone. Yeah, I'm officially a nerd.
Yep.
Dope. And I started playing Black Mesa, which is the Half-Life 1 fan-made remake on Steam. Even though Valve supported it like fully now, so it's not really a fan-made. I think they
They
even
did
put a
such a
little
good
bit of
job.
money into it. Yeah, because it did such a good job. Although it took like 10 years, I believe, or somewhere close to that, maybe like 7-ish. I can't remember when this project first started. Do you know?
No, it was a while ago though.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Because they were doing like level by level.
Yeah, because I know the initial opening of Half-Life 1, the iconic opening, was the first thing they made. And then when people all saw that, they were like, oh, I'll do this for the whole game. So yeah, I've been playing that. I haven't played Half-Life 1 since a very long time ago. I'm not even sure if I ever beat this game. It's one of those that I just had on PS2 when I was a kid. I think it was PS2. Yeah, must have been PS2.
So, what is Black Mesa?
Black Mesa, like I said, it's just a remake of Half-Life 1, pretty much. It's there's little things taken out. Like I know all tutorials are taken out. They didn't make those and stuff, so it's kind of weird if you've never played a Half-Life game. You might want to still just play the original if you're just.
Does it feel
jumping
like
in.
2? I've never played 1.
Yeah, it feels like 2. It's still in Source Engine, so I mean, it's in the other Source Engine, the first one, right?
The first
There's
one,
like
yeah.
Source 1, Source 2, yeah. So but yeah, so it feels like slightly. You ever play something in Source 1, like I think Counter Strike's in Source 1.
I didn't play like the older Counter Strikes. No, really
Okay.
just the new one. I think CS:GO.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Valve games in general, but they kind of all feel samey, at least like movement wise, and like obviously Portal feels different from like Half-Life, but like when you walk around, like the speed of your movement, and it just kind of feels the same, just because same engine, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, thus far the remake's really cool. It's like I said, they took out the tutorials, so it was a little harder to remember everything you could do. But
You plan on beating it?
what was that?
You plan on beating it?
Yeah, eventually at some point, I kind of want to play through them all before Half-Life 3 comes out in 2046.
So did
So
you play it on a controller?
Yeah, so I played on my Steam account and then made one of those, and then I went into the big picture mode. I think it's called something like that. Yeah, plugged it into my TV. I just simply plugged the USB into my PS4 controller, and that was easy as hell to hook up. You can even do it wirelessly after you get it all set up.
And it just felt like playing a console game.
Pretty much. There was a little what do you call them, like dead zones on the PS4 controller. I could feel like where like I wasn't moving if I went too far to the left. But you can like collaborate it in the settings and stuff. Steam is really cool. I gotta hand it to Steam. This is my first experience with Steam, and
It's a good interface. It's a very nice.
yeah, it's a nice UI. Everything looks real nice, real sleek. Yeah, I like all the stuff that's on there too. Everything's pretty easy to find. It's just
Unlock them.
It's a very if you get into the rabbit hole, it's very in depth as well.
oh, I bet, yeah. This is what Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo should be aiming for, you know, with their stores and everything. Because compared to Steam, their storefronts are awful. I think now after experiencing them.
Yeah,
but I haven't seen Xboxes in a little. Well, I
like the new Xbox One.
Is that for the Series X then? Is that like
it's probably going to be similar.
Similar.
I assume there's going to be slight differences between the series to the one, but I mean this is the new what the new store looks like.
I was on that the other day. I was still confused.
You know what was always my favorite was the end of 360, like the very end of 360 before the new consoles came out. That had a great storefront, and just the whole layout of that dashboard was great.
Give me the sliders again.
Yeah, sliders. Oh, was that in the
blades? What they call blades,
first
weren't
came
they?
out?
Yeah, that was like early 360 though.
That was like you went from the trashy one and then to the sexy sleek one.
Yeah, there was a point where Xbox,
the original,
when they first started coming out with Avatar,
yeah,
when it started looking really good. Like, they had 360 on lock, man, when they did that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing.
Cool.
Sims?
I finished Tell Me Why.
Me too.
And a tiny bit of Avengers. I played like a tiny bit yesterday and a tiny bit the day before. I've left that alone for like 7 days, which is completely out of character. I've not even got to level 50. I'm still like power level 80 something. I've just been busy. We bought a snake. Okay. Yep, I bought a snake.
Snakes, you know, a lot of upkeep with snakes. You know, it's like you pretty much just had another child.
Yep. Yeah, so we bought a snake, so it kind of just hit into time and stuff. So played a bit of Avengers, managed to finish Tell Me Why over the weekend. Finished it Monday night. When was I complaining? Tuesday.
I don't remember.
Wednesday night, Monday night.
Anyway, you were complaining about playing, right at the end because of the update and stuff.
I mean, if you want to discuss it, we can now because I've got some things.
Sure.
To say
I mean, did you enjoy? Because we didn't really. last week we didn't get to talk about
Yeah,
episode 2. So what do you think about episode 2? We'll talk about that first.
Episode 2 was.
I thought you would like it more.
All my complaints were not there anymore, which is, it wasn't a bad thing. It wasn't necessarily a bad thing in the first place. I just feel like I said in the previous episodes, they were constantly hitting you over the head with it, which was a bit, I know, I get it. Okay, stop. And they did in chapter 2. I think we're trying to get some. There was a lot more questions that need answering. I believe there was a. This is the.
You need to see the full picture with these type of games.
Of course, and then chapter with the you were constantly looking for secrets, constantly asking people what they want, what they know, and everyone seemed to have everyone had a dark past, everyone has a dark secret because everyone pretty much played a part in what happened.
It's a small town. Everyone has connections to the mom, so you're trying to figure out their connections and stuff like that.
Yeah. And then at the end of 2, he kind of very confusing. The end of chapter 2. Like, I was a bit like, is it just a confusion? Are they just confused of what really happened? Is that what they were trying to get at?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. And then chapter 3, it kind of just, it just fell flat for me. I really, in the end, I couldn't give a toss. I feel like I feel like they were just throwing stuff in for the sake of it. Like, I don't know. For me, it was like, oh, do this, do that. Oh, now there's this. There's these puzzles. And I get it, it's all like a very intrinsic story. That's a word, isn't it? Where, they had this backstory. They had this secret bond. A bit like my family. We all have stupid little things. Me and the kids, we call each other silly names. And that family did too. And then she, interpreted it into like puzzles and riddles and into her stories. Like she was telling stories. She'd made up stories that really did happen to herself, and was telling the kids. And when the truth gets revealed and the secrets start to get unearthed, he's quite shocking, and you understand, and you empathize, and you understand, and you see how wrong everybody was. I don't know. I kind of just felt it for me. I lost interest. I was like, I want to know what happens. Let's just get to it. And then the big reveal at the end was a bit daft. I don't know. It just seemed a bit. Why that person? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm trying to say without spoiling this?
I do, I guess. I don't know. I don't dislike it as much as you do.
I don't dislike it. I just kind of think, and maybe it's just not for me. Maybe these games aren't not for me. Maybe I chose the wrong story to get involved in. I don't think it's
as strong as the other 3 Life is Strange games.
Maybe I should have played them instead.
I think all 3 of those Life is Strange games are better. Really what shines is the characters. It's really there's only like 3 characters I think that are actually good characters. I think is the twins and Michael. I think really those are the only 3 characters that are good. The mom's okay too, but I mean she's dead, so you don't really. It's all flashbacks. Yeah. But everyone else, yeah. I mean that's that's the story.
Okay.
It was. I mean, play it. Definitely play it, Connor. And
if you like,
play it. I love Don't Nod, so
yeah. If you like Don't Nod, you should play it.
Yeah,
this is a me problem. This is nothing. This isn't this isn't a knock towards that game because a lot of people are high on it. People love this game. For me, I don't know.
I've learned to ignore Don't Nod reviews because there's just certain companies where I just ignore their reviews because they just get extremely low scores and I just don't see it. Don't Nod's one of them. It's not extremely low, but it's always 7s, and I'm just I think Life is Strange is a fucking 10.
I feel like this could have just been 2 chapters, and then I feel like.
Honestly, I wish that there was a little bit more to it, a little bit more into the mystery, and I wish it was 5. Actually, I wish that it was the full season and flesh out everybody more.
Was quick. So right at the end, when there's a Jeep outside. Did you look in the Jeep?
No.
Which ending?
Could you go to the Jeep?
Which ending? I can't spoil it, can we? I have to ask you after.
There are 2 endings.
I've watched both endings. Have you watched both endings?
Okay. No,
I just YouTubed the next one.
I picked my ending, and that was it.
So I watched the other ending. We'll have to watch it. At the end of the day, for me, it was maybe it's just not for me. I will give it a 6 out of the 10s.
Ooh,
a 6.
I didn't even have to ask.
Yeah, it's probably for me an 8.
Yeah,
an 8.
It just didn't hit me as it would probably anybody else. I don't know, but I do like.
Do you like episodic games typically?
I like Walking Dead.
Telltale stuff.
I like The Walking Dead.
Yeah, you like Walking Dead.
I like.
What else have you played?
Game of Thrones.
See, I didn't really care for Game of Thrones as much as the others.
It was okay. Time with Game of Thrones. A lot.
It was okay. There's just better Telltale games to me.
Yeah, of course. I've been eyeing up that Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not gonna lie.
Guardians is okay. I'm talking about more Tales from the Borderlands. I'm talking about Wolf Among Us, Batman, both seasons. I think the first 2 seasons of The Walking Dead. I think all of those are they're really good. I mean, I could talk about it a bit more, maybe in a different format, but I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it in the end. I was kind of just okay. I mean, that's fair if you didn't.
And I wanted to. I tried so hard as well. We have this podcast, and it just gives us the incentive to let's play a game that I want to play this game. I want to try this game. If it wasn't,
I try to do it all the time.
For you guys, if it wasn't for you two, I'd just play Avengers. And okay, tell me why that. But no, I played it for you guys. Appreciate this shit.
I do. Thank you.
Anyway, that's me. Dumb. Sorry. So
the only other game I really played, other than some multiplayer stuff, was I played A Short Hike. A little indie game. You play as a little bird named Claire. Your aunt is
hike as a bird.
Yeah, every character in the game is like an animal. I didn't see any people, so I think all of them are just animals. And your aunt, I forget your aunt's name. She is a ranger at this island, and you're going
What
there for
animal
like.
is she?
She's also a bird. I mean, she's your
Oh,
aunt.
okay. That makes sense.
So you're going to this island, and I think you're going to get away, like a vacation, like a summer thing, and the really the only goal of the game is get to the top of the mountain because you need to make a phone call because there's no signal anywhere else. So
Typical video game.
It's a very
fucking
simple
plot.
premise. You're really not doing a lot. There's money around. You can talk to people, talk to all the. There are kids there too that are your age. There are also like adults and stuff that are working in the island. You need to get
set this up for me. Like, what's this game like?
Okay, so
What, is
You-
it 2D, 3D?
it's 3D. It's top
Okay.
down.
Top down.
The main goal to get to the top is you need to get golden feathers, and there are a lot of different ways to get them. One of the first ways you get to is a guy is selling them. I think he only sells like 2 of them, and you have to buy them from him. So you need to go like get money, walk around, find money. You can do little objectives for people. Like there was this little girl. She was like, I think she might have been related to you. I don't remember, but she was like, "Oh, find 15 shells for me," and she didn't tell me why she wanted the shells. She was a little snooty, and I said, "Okay." And then once you find the 15 shells, you go talk to her. Eventually, that will lead you to a golden feather. You could talk. There are little objectives for everything. This one, I think it was a rabbit, wanted a headband because she wanted to have her lucky headband to run faster or something like that.
Obviously.
You had to go find a headband.
Makes sense. Damn rabbits always running fast.
Yeah. I wanted her lucky headband. So yeah, and then you need to get the golden feathers, and there are probably more. I think I got like 9, and I think you might need like 8. Maybe you can. Getting to like the final bit of the mountain, like it was hard because I was like, oh, I think I need 1 more feather, and then maybe 1 more, and I'm not sure how many you actually need to get to actually just beat it as fast as you can, but it's a pretty short game. I think I beat it in like an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that.
Is this
But
made
nicely-
by anyone familiar?
Not that I know. I forget the name of the developer. Just a small.
You've got the name. Okay.
Did you enjoy
It's a nice little game. Yeah, I really liked it a lot. It was a nice vibe. It was very cozy, very warm colors, and there's different like biomes too. Once you get to the top of the mountain, it starts snowing more. There's a part of the island kind of on the other side where you can get into a boat, but you have to pay 100 coins. I didn't have the money to do it. There's like a little graveyard there as well. You can like explore the graveyard.
Do that.
Yeah, you probably could dig in there and like get some money or something. I didn't do it.
Is it on Games Pass?
No, I played it on Switch.
Okay.
Very cheap. It's like $8.
Yeah, this came out this year. Right? I feel like
Yeah.
I've heard of this.
Not long ago, was it?
It was in one of the indies direct.
Showcase Direct.
Yeah,
No,
that
Indie
little
Direct. The Indie Direct, yeah.
It was in there. I would highly recommend the game if you really just want like a nice little podcast game. There's no voice acting. The music's really nice. It's a little game to relax and play.
I love how many indie games you play. Like indie games normally really got to speak to me to like
Yeah, me
to
too.
it's got to catch my attention, right?
Like what
for
Sim
me
said, like I'm
go out
trying
and
to
buy
play more and get more unique games onto the show. So
Right.
I'm trying to do that. Yeah, I really like it. Yep. I'd probably say like an 8 out of 10. You know?
Another 2 8s from Daniel.
He is in a good mood.
I'm always in a good mood. I'm never,
8.
I'm not angry. I'm never angry. I'm not an angry person. And that's pretty much all I've been playing. You guys want to go on to the big story, the news?
I don't know. I'm a bit busy. Yeah, of course you do, man.
Okay, guess what? We finally have PS5 news. Look at him. He's freaking out over there. Let me try to pull this up real quick. All right. So we finally have PS5 news.
Boy.
Can we go in order of everything?
Sure. So do you want me to do the price and the release date first?
Yeah, let's
So,
talk about that first and then go in order with all the
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The consoles are where's the release date? I don't really see this. But the regular PS5 will be $4.99, and the digital is going to be $3.99. And I did some scouring and tried to talk to some people to figure out, just kind of on Reddit and kind of funny Reddit. It seems like that the digital edition is just without the disc drive, and that's it.
I think they would have had to say by now.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I've gathered, is that it's not. But they still have yet. I've not seen them say it themselves. But
I think just we're all just supposed to assume they are at this point. They would have had to have said it by now.
I think so too. So it's going to release November 12th in the U.S., Japan, Canada, Mexico, Australia, New Zealand, and South Korea, and then the 19th everywhere else.
Yay! Why am I being left out? I don't get this.
Oh, are you part of everywhere else?
Yeah, I'm
UK
a week
isn't the
later.
12th?
No.
Oh, that
Did I
fucking
not say
sucks.
the
I'm
UK?
sorry.
Yeah, I didn't say the UK.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I won't receive this until Christmas. This isn't
Sure.
This isn't something that we could buy and treat ourselves, like, especially not around Christmas. I've got 2 kids running around downstairs. Do you know what I mean? Papa can't go buy himself PS5. Do you know what I mean?
Not then.
No,
Right then, man.
not a time.
Oh,
Like,
man.
so, I mean, luckily for us, like, I have a great mother-in-law. So, big up to Claire.
What do we think about the price?
Go Claire, man.
Oh, Claire, big round of applause.
What
No,
do we think about the price?
not surprising.
No,
Digital one maybe a little bit. Maybe I expected a $50 difference, not a $100
me too.
difference, which is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. Maybe it was a $50 difference about a week ago, and maybe they're just like, we can just lose another 50 quid.
I think
I'm not sure.
everyone's argument for the $100 difference was that Sony would make so much money just because you have to buy the games through their store on the digital difference that they would mark it down 100. And I just didn't believe that going into it. I was like,
Because
they
Sony's
could,
not really,
but would they?
Sony's a weird company, you know, like they
want that money, man. I don't believe them when they mark down anything.
Yeah, they could have just easily not have done that, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
It's nice they did.
you can't buy their games anywhere else, can you? Like, you can't buy
on the digital one, no.
you can't buy a game card off.
No, you could probably buy a game and get like a code on like Amazon or something.
I was about to say, can you still do that?
I don't think
that's a
so.
thing
I think
anymore.
they stopped that. That's why.
Did
Yeah,
Amazon
because-
stop doing that? Okay,
I believe
Yeah.
Amazon stopped that. Yeah, you might be able to still do it off
There
like
might be
those
other
other
stores.
websites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there might be
there's
other
a-
stores you could do.
There's a few old codes floating about, but you can't buy a Ghost of Tsushima. Do you know what I mean?
Okay,
I think
Okay.
Nintendo just did it as well. I think they stopped doing that as well.
Stop doing
They
that. It's
you could buy
smart.
the-
honestly.
yeah, of course.
it's probably people illegally getting them or something like that.
I mean, you can buy like the money for a bit of money off. I think we buy $50. We buy £50 for like £48. Do you know what I mean? £2 is a lot.
You're just talking about like the straight card.
Yeah,
of,
you
like-
could buy that for a couple of quid off. Do you know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
works out differently. Maybe a $5 off. I don't really know. I mean, I believe we did that with Avengers. I'm happy with the price. I'm not so happy about the release date, mainly because
I think it's fine.
I
think
want it
it's
to be a joyous thing. Like, I want to see all of us get it together. Now, all of us,
Regions are always difficult, you know.
But it's not. It wasn't like that this year. Last year, like, 10 years ago, what, 7 years ago.
Yeah, they just
Obviously,
it could just be the COVID stuff,
Of
right?
course, it is. Yeah,
Messing with the regions.
it's
you
a
know?
shame. It's a big shame. I mean, I got to watch through a big shiny glass screen at home. And
It's
watch
only a week.
Yeah, but it's
For
a week.
other people.
It's a
For
week
other
that we don't have it.
Yeah.
It's such a
Um,
weird thing. 'Cause, normally, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd just be like, "Fuck you, UK." But now my buddy Sims, now he isn't
I
getting
know.
till.
Hey.
But you say you'll get it till Christmas anyway. So
I do think as soon as, so you get it on the 12th, and I think as soon as they start landing in England at the shops, I think they'll just let everyone have them.
probably.
Yeah.
I think so. Maybe not. Maybe I don't know. I think so.
Retailer depending, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think maybe because, like, what's the point? Like, it's not like it's a worldwide thing, is it? It's not like, you get in Last of Us 3 days before it comes out. It's like America's already got it. Why
It's
not
a
just let
region.
us have it? Like, what? It's confusing.
I wonder why with UK, because UK is such a big market for them.
I don't know.
I didn't even realize UK wasn't on that list originally.
Because you don't pay
though,
attention to me.
I actually didn't either.
Yeah, no, I guess I don't, man. I'm sorry.
I mean, I didn't know. I didn't read it until just now. Who was getting it first?
Yeah, so I just assumed UK was on there.
Yeah, man, it sucks. It sucks for us English people, but I do think we'll probably just get it I think we will get it early. I do think they've got to start landing over here soon.
Theoretically, they'd land over there before they get over here, right?
Yeah,
Going from China.
you're not wrong, are you? Like, I don't know. I don't know how these things work. Maybe they're just like...
Ready to go into the games?
Yeah. Oh, shut up.
Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. We're all excited. So the first, I guess, game that they showed off was Final Fantasy 16, which is pretty awesome. The trailer, I don't know about you boys, but the trailer honestly didn't do much for me. As much as I want to play the game, I wasn't like crazy about the trailer.
It's I don't know. For me, it's different from anything I've seen. When I've started paying attention, probably like 10 and 10-2.
Sure.
I think they were like PS2 games, weren't they?
Yeah, PS2.
Yeah, and I started paying attention then. But it's always been kind of futuristic, floating city in the sky, crazy, wacky people. And now this is so dark in like medieval times, which like I'm guessing there's some future aspects into it. It's very different. I mean, I didn't sit there and go, I can't wait to play that. I was sat there and went, I played the last one, I might play this one.
I mean, the combat's not going to be the same as Remake, though. It might play similar. What's a different team?
I know, but like I was just assuming the combat in 7 was so good that you might as well just make that the Final Fantasy combat moving on.
I hope so, but I'm thinking it might be more like 15.
Sure. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, it is the 15 team, right? Making this, so
it's a 15 team, so I think it might maybe have some similarities, but I think it's going to feel more like 15 than 7.
I would hope they take the good things out of 7 and throw them in there.
I want that 7 gameplay. I prefer it. I think it's
sure they will. I'm sure things will be brought into it.
Yeah, I want to play the game. It looks cool. It's just the trailer didn't really blow me away, to be honest. But
I'm not crazy about the setting. I hated Final Fantasy 15's story. I just thought it was.
I think there was a nugget of good to that story, but the overall I didn't like.
Barely.
I don't know.
I didn't think it made a lot of sense. At least to me, it did.
It's because they took some of the story out and made a movie out of it too.
I saw the movie. The movie had a better story than the game, certainly.
Yeah,
but
they took out some of the story and put it in the movie.
Square Enix, they have these writers that are really good. Then they have some that are just like kind of wacky. I mean, they're all kind of wacky, but
Final Fantasy is a wacky franchise.
It definitely is. They have their good writers and they have their bad ones, and I think a lot of them are just like a Japanese thing. Like it probably hits different in Japan. It probably works better over there. It makes more sense. But a lot of times when they come over here, it's nonsense.
The game is also an exclusive.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest talking point.
Very upsets me.
Which is
it upsets me. You guys know how much I hate every exclusive. I don't think any game should be personally.
It's on PC as well.
I hate.
You don't think it'll end up being a timed exclusive? Like
I have not seen them say that it wasn't or was on PC. There are just the lack of them saying it's not. I think maybe
it just says it was being played through a PC with the same specs as PS5.
Oh yeah, it's emulated through PC.
It might come to PC, but I don't know if they've officially said that yet.
I think it's a timed exclusive, honestly.
This is bollocks. Like, I get it's a big dick move. It's we've got money, Why? Like, it's not a Sony game, is it? It's not made by Sony. Like,
nope.
Why? Like, why? I don't know. It's not fair. It's not fair on the Xbox. It's not. It's not.
Sucks.
It's pretty clear now. This is the strategy Sony's gonna go with. Because we got Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo also exclusive, or at least timed exclusive as far as we know, and then now this as well. It sucks for gamers as a whole. It's a lot of Sony's moves. Right? They suck for gamers as a whole, but for PlayStation gamers, just if you're just a PlayStation gamer, I mean, you're fine. Like it's great for you.
Right. All right, let's go to the next one. So the next thing they showed was actual Miles Morales gameplay. It wasn't just cinematic. It started off as a cinematic, but they went through him walking through a little party that was going on.
So let me stop you. Remember a long, long time ago? I remember back in the day of this podcast is, growing up, finding what it is. Remember what I said about a little rumor that I heard about it's going to be snowing. You're going to be able to walk through the streets. Granted, this was Spider-Man 2 that I was on about, not Miles Morales. That was shit. Was true. On 4chan. holy shit.
Wasn't that all like confirmed when they like initially revealed the
Don't
game?
ruin my moment.
Yeah, but this was before.
This was
you know?
before.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
No,
this
no,
is
he's talking about
incredible.
before it was actually announced, before like earlier this year.
I was
Yeah,
so
like,
happy.
the game looked good. I didn't need to see as much cinematics as they showed. Like, I'd rather them just really get to that fight scene and just have that encounter and show that. I didn't really need all that bridge stuff. Like,
How are
like,
you
you
not?
already-
How are you not
hold on,
hyped?
hold on.
Like,
Hold on. It's because like I'm already excited for this game. I don't need. See, I'm a type that I want to see only so much of the game. Because like you already sold me. Like I don't need to keep seeing. Like I think Ratchet is a big example. I don't need to keep seeing that game. Like stop showing me the game.
but
Really.
it's not theoretically. It's not for us. It's not for us. That is for a YouTube video for
Like a highlight thing.
It's for people that don't watch these things, is it? You know, mom and dad come down the stairs. They put YouTube on the telly because it's on the telly now. And Spider-Man's got a new trailer. I like the last one. Or little Timmy likes Spider-Man. Let's watch this. And then all these exploding and exciting. It's all exciting. It's heart racing. And then it's on PS4, PS5. Unfortunately, it's not for us. It's just to show you that this game is different from Spider-Man 1. They're going big, and it showcases the PS5.
Yeah,
and it was an incredible trailer. Like I don't know how Connor feels. Like Connor's not said much, but
I don't know if it was incredible, but it was good.
it was incredible.
Yeah, I think yeah, it was great. I mean, it's everything you could want, right, out of a Spider-Man Miles Morales game. I think they did need to show this to sell the PS5. This is what this is for. This is Spider-Man Miles Morales is gonna sell fucking PS5s. Like, I don't care how. Yeah, you pre-order. I mean, not specifically because of that, but like a lot of people will. Like a lot of people are gonna see Spider-Man Miles Morales. I'm sure there'll be like a bundle with the PS5. They're gonna see that on the shelves and then buy a PS5
so.
with that, right?
That'd be smart.
I don't even think it matters the length of this game. I think this game could be 2 fucking hours. I don't even think it matters. I don't think the casual audience is gonna even know that. You know, like they're gonna think this is a full-on Spider-Man Miles Morales game.
I think that's deceitful though.
Sure, but like, I mean, they're not going to put on a fucking commercial. Hey, this game's only 10 hours longer.
No, I don't think that. I don't mean like that. I don't mean it like that. Saying marketing it as a full game and it not being, I think, is pretty deceitful.
Oh, this game's what, 10, 12 hours long, easy.
Yeah,
$50.
I'm just saying the marketing it as a full game and some people not knowing that it isn't or is.
I mean,
although there's a lot of $60 games that come out today and they're only 10 hours long.
Yeah,
I mean, how long was Lost Legacy, Connor? You know Lost Legacy.
Yeah.
It was like 8 to 10 hours.
How long? 8 to 10 hours.
There's this whole open world area, so it depends on how long you want to sit there and explore that.
This is exactly the same for us. So what? You're talking 8 to 10 to 12 hours? It'd take me about 12 hours to finish this game. And if you get the digital deluxe version, you get Spider-Man remastered with fresh trophies.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know this.
Oh, man, that's what I went to bed on last night. I was like, fresh trophies. I'm going to play Spider-Man 1 again. I'm going to play 2 platinums for Spider-Man. Oh, it's
Miles Morales. Get 3 platinums out of this.
I do think, taking the Spider-Man fanboy out of me, it looked great. And it was a great presentation of it. You got what, it set you up for what the story of the game was going to be about. It showed you his suit. It showed you his powers. Not many people know who Miles Morales is. I didn't know who Miles Morales was 3, 4, 5 years ago. I didn't.
I think with that movie now, a lot of people will.
Of course, yeah, 100%.
I mean, to be fair though, not enough people watched that movie.
No, it's the best Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, that movie did not do well. It failed. We're lucky we're getting a second one.
It did pretty well in the box office.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
No, it didn't. It did well critically. I'm 100% telling you it didn't.
Go look it up.
I have. I'm Connor. I'm telling you it didn't. I'm telling you.
Did pretty well. Anyways, they know who Miles Morales is. Plus on Netflix, that movie kills it.
Yes, I mean, people critically watched that movie did not do well money-wise.
It did well. Let's get a sequel.
Yeah, we're lucky he got a sequel. Look, he's looking it up right now. I'm telling you, it did not do well. It failed. It failed box office.
Anyways, back to the game. Yeah, it looks great. I mean, it's everything you could want out of a Spider-Man Miles Morales game. I think they did a good job of upgrading it from the PS4 one too. It looked better. I thought, just.
I still would like to know how you're doing things.
What do you mean?
Like he didn't seem like to have gadgets, right? So like that's probably gone. Like I want to know how his
Oh no,
powers work.
no, there's definitely gadgets in it because there's a
You think
pre-order.
gadgets are still
There's a
in it?
pre-order
Yeah, you can-
bonus. There's a pre-order bonus that you get 2 suits. This is in a digital looked one, and a gadget.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I like the gadgets, so I thought that they were gone because I wasn't sure, but
So-
I would like to know how you're doing your powers and all that kind of stuff.
I'm not a film buff, but I mean, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse grossed 190.2 million in the United States and Canada, and 185 million in other territories, for a worldwide gross of 375.5 million.
How much did it cost to make?
90 million.
It's pretty good.
That's a win,
That
isn't it?
it's not as good as it's. You have to also double that because of marketing.
I think you're comparing to other superhero movies.
No. No.
So it's
I'm not comparing it to Marvel.
so it's
It did
obviously
not.
it's not.
It did not do very well.
It's an animated film as well. That can put people off.
Yeah, that's probably the big reason.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we're going completely off topic now, but the this film made me feel sick within the first 20 minutes. I felt really sick. Like there was
Really?
something. I was dead tripping with it. I had such a good. Obviously it's amazing, but I felt a bit funny watching it. I mean, my eyes started to adjust, and I was okay. I didn't throw up. Don't worry about me. I own it on Blu-ray. I don't own many films on Blu-ray, and I've got it wrapped. My dad was like, "What do you want, son?" I was like, "Dad, Spider-Man." Anyway, moving on.
All right, so we finally got the Harry Potter game. It's called Hogwarts Legacy.
This was the. I want to say this was the whole shit, but I sat up at this moment. I'm lying down. I'm chilling. I've had a hard day's work, and then this comes. I'm like, what is
Did the
going
trailer-
on?
Again, I feel like this is another one. I was very excited with these first 3 games, but this is another one that the trailer didn't do much for me. I'm excited for the game because I want to be in Hogwarts. I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I want to be in Hogwarts. I'm a Ravenclaw. I want to be there, but it's just the trailer. I don't know. There was no cool, like what we're doing. I don't know.
It showed you your life in Hogwarts, didn't it? Surely you've got your Quidditch. You're doing your Quidditch. You're doing spells. You've got beasts from Fantastic Beasts. I'm guessing I've not watched them. It's just an RPG. Obviously there'll be a story. There's the bad guys that you'll be fighting. Obviously there'll be you probably start.
We just
It'd
didn't
probably,
get to see.
it'd probably play like Persona. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, we really didn't get to know what the game is. That's what I.
Pardon?
No, not turn-based. No,
Not turn-based, no. But
I think
like,
it's gonna be akin to the Shadow of Mordor games, the Batman games. It's gonna be that size, something like that. I mean, this is a WB game. All their games are kind of similarly structured like that.
Yeah,
this
I just
game
wanted to
was
see more
incredible.
what this game is.
And
we
then
just didn't get a lot of that.
and they slapped a 2021 on it. I was like, no fucking way.
I know, it's been in development a while.
Yeah,
It has, but
How
we
long
haven't-
ago did that one thing leak from it? That whole
Well, that
trailer
was like
2018.
6 years ago.
that
Yeah,
was forever. So I mean,
I'd like just to have seen more. To be honest, that's just my biggest problem.
I can't wait to like pull a rabbit out of a hat and I saw David
Expelliarmus.
Blaine eat some frogs the other day. I've never seen a Harry Potter movie. I gotta be honest. I've
Have you read any of the books, even in school?
I've never
No?
done anything Harry Potter. Never saw
We-
those Fantastic Beasts movies. I've literally never done anything with Harry Potter.
So will you
Know
will
nothing
you
about
play this game?
Probably. I like video games, so something could pull me in. I don't know. You're just some little kid running around with a wand doing magic. I don't know what you fight in Harry Potter.
Oh, no one knows. So I think what it is,
I don't know.
I think obviously Daniel, you're right. It didn't really show what the game was going to be, but I think if you put 2 and 2 together by watching the trailer, knowing it's going to be a Harry Potter RPG, this is the first snippet, and then next year you'll get this at E3, and then this will show you what it's going to be. I mean, if we get an E3, and then this will be a full game next year. This time next year. We'll probably be a week or 2-3 weeks away from it. Do you know what I mean? So
We'll see if they make that release date. So let's move on to it. These next few ones were really just kind of them showing the game off again. They showed the Black Ops Cold War again, which I think looked great.
Yeah, go Raven, man. Can't wait.
I didn't really need it. Again, I'm going to keep saying this. I don't need to keep seeing more of these games. They just keep showing them.
Daniel,
it was
you
a
can
cool
press
trailer.
the power TV, man.
I know.
Watch.
I'm excited. I want to see new things, but they just I don't know. Then they
Press
showed
the
Resident
what
Evil
Sorry.
8 again.
Power.
He said turn. He means turn it off. The Resident Evil 8. They showed that again. Another trailer for that. That scary
That looks
witch.
fantastic.
She needs
man.
to get
I
out of
can't
here.
wait
I don't want that
Right.
witch around me. She's gonna do her little things. I'm gonna turn into a frog.
So initially, when I watched this, I didn't watch it. I had to listen to it because I was working at the time, and so I just had one earbud in, and I like played the YouTube video on my phone, and put my phone in my pocket. So I'm just like sitting there listening, trying to guess what the trailer is. And when that one came on, I just hear like this loud scream. I'm like, what is going on right now? But then I heard him yell like, "Chris, no!" And I was like, oh, this must be Resident Evil.
Then they showed another Deathloop trailer. That game just looks fun. Again, they didn't really show more. It was just
I didn't need to see any more.
Yeah, that's another one that's just like they kind of just showed something different. It wasn't like, I don't know.
Every time they show it, I'm reminded of the concept and how cool it sounds. Though.
Yeah, it's a cool concept. I love the vibe, the art direction, really cool. Then we got Devil May Cry Special Edition. You get to play as Virgil.
This was the weird one to me. It was like, why was this shown? Because there's all these games right now getting these upgrades, right?
That's what Capcom gave them. Capcom gave them. They were probably like, oh, if you're getting Resident Evil 8, we're giving you this as well.
You got to show DMC 5 because DMC leading up always had that deal with Xbox. I remember, right? They were always these
Devil May Cry in particular, but this isn't anything new. So maybe 6 it'll be Xbox.
Sure.
Then they showed another Oddworld Soulstorm trailer. Again,
it's so fucking weird, man. I don't. What's up with Oddworld Sims?
I love it.
Where did the series come from?
So
I know you like it.
PS1, man. Hello.
Then they showed...
was this the remake of the PS1 one again?
No, this is a new one. Game. Yeah.
Then they showed another they revealed Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. Didn't really see what the game was, but I like Five Nights at Freddy's. So
yeah, I thought this was going to be like a Five Nights at Freddy's BR game.
But they've already done that. They did that not long ago.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
This is what I like about this conference overall. They try to throw something in for everyone, right? Like, I know Five Nights at Freddy's. It's not a kid's game, but it's definitely directed towards kids.
I didn't expect any of this, though. I expected, hello, this is the PlayStation. This is the UI. Here's the price.
I told you I expected nothing.
Bit of Spider-Man.
Yeah, if you want to
that's it.
I was telling you guys on like Monday or whatever, I think it's literally going to be like some Spider-Man gameplay. Yes. Here's the launch fight up.
We thought nothing of it. My expectations were so low for it.
Yeah. Then they showed like a pretty extended version of Demon Souls.
This was not a good. Like, it looked pretty.
I didn't need it.
What?
I honestly liked the trailer that they showed the last time better than this.
And it
was
looked
just
like
real slow. I don't know.
It looked like they put it on easy mode.
Yeah, he was one hitting things.
Yeah, man. Don't give me that false advertisement. That's not how you die. First boss, dead.
Yeah.
First thing you.
No, that
see.
first dude was gonna kill him.
Yeah, he was straight up. Nah, man. This bullshit.
And then get to the Demon Souls. I know none of us are big fans, but I think this being a launch game is very smart.
Oh,
there are
sure.
There are a lot of people that'll specifically go out and buy a console just for the Souls games, right? Like, there's a lot of people that just play Souls games. Like I remember in high school, there's this whole group of kids that all they played is these fucking Souls games, and I was like, man, those games suck. But yeah, so there are those people out there that are just gonna buy the console just because this is on there.
Yeah. Then they showed Fortnite. Nobody cares about that. Then they did the PlayStation. Now this is the thing we need to talk about. Just PlayStation Plus collection. They need to clarify what this thing is, because I was very confused, and I talked to my best friend because I told him we did this predictions and stuff, and this is not replacing PlayStation Now. This is not a revamp of PlayStation Now. This is just, it seems like they're just giving you free games if you have PlayStation Plus, and that's it.
A lot of them as well.
Good games, but beyond that, I'm just, what is it? And it seems like they're just giving you free games to kind of celebrate PS4, and there's no indication they're going to add more games to it. It just seems like, yeah, here's free stuff.
This one bit of the whole showcase, whatever, is the epitome of what this conference was. Vague as fuck.
Vague, very vague.
Like, we had an argument about this, and none of us are right, none of us are wrong. Like, we were saying, like, it's a Game Pass. You were like, no, it's not. And I'm like, well, it clearly is, because it's a pass of games that you pay one subscription for. And then you've just said, are they going to add games to it? We don't know.
Yeah, but you're not really paying for that. You're paying for Plus, and you're getting them.
But then
You
this could be PlayStation Plus Ultimate, like Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it could be the same thing.
But yeah, but you know, we don't need to get into the bet.
No, of course
aspect.
not. No, but we
But,
both
you know,
we both don't know if we're right.
You were thinking of it as a PlayStation Now being morphed into everything like
Yeah,
Ultimate,
but
and that's not what this is. You know.
No, of course not. But it is still a pass of games, right, Connor? What do you think?
guys,
what it
this
is?
is the same thing that Nintendo does with their games. This is it
isn't though.
the same. You're paying for the online and you're getting a shit ton of free games. Nintendo does this with their older games.
They
Their
regularly
SNES games.
add games. That's my question.
Yeah, but we don't know if Sony's gonna add games or not. I'm sure they're gonna fucking add games to this as long as it's popular, right? As long as people like it, right? I mean, my biggest problem with this is games I've already played. But if you haven't played these games, these are some of the best games of the generation.
That
I
are
mean,
going to
all
be
of them are
upscaled as well,
fantastic
upgraded, using the SSD, using the graphics,
I mean, I think
all that technical
it's the
shit we
same
don't
with
understand.
what Xbox does now and PlayStation they do now. Like you play old games, they're just going to look better. Period. If you're playing on a new console, so
You can't, like, Game Pass is doing what it does, and it's a fantastic deal. Don't get me wrong, $15, add games regularly, decent games. Most of these indie games are free day one, day in, day out. But the collection of games that are here are phenomenal. And if they add Ghost of Tsushima this time next year, and they add Last of Us Part 2 this time next year, or whatever, like, this then becomes a collection of games. I don't. You still got Persona 5 on there. That's worth. Oh, I don't know. It's very vague. We're very confused about
wait
it.
and see more with.
Of course, yeah. Like they didn't tell you Demon Souls was release date. They didn't tell you PlayStation Miles Morales was on the PS4. They didn't tell you that. Well, they didn't tell you a lot of things. Basically, it's vague. So anyway,
so we'll move on to the last announcement, which was I find it vague to even call it a teaser, but
What do you call it?
new God of War. I don't even know. A reveal, I guess.
Well,
it's not. They showed literally nothing. So,
but this is, and I don't want to sound like I'm taking pots at Xbox, but this is what Xbox did in their showcase. They showed you vague.
No,
thingies.
because
So
compare it. Well, okay, let's for 1 second compare it to an Xbox thing.
compare it to
Let's
Fable. Compare it to Fable.
Same thing as Fable and Avowed.
Fable and Avowed. They actually showed something, even if it was CG.
Yeah.
Even if it was CG, that is something.
We've got in
It
God of
literally
War's.
showed.
In God of
no,
War's
it's
defense,
the same thing as both of those.
No, it's
I don't
not.
care if there's like 5 seconds more of a CGI
It's
trailer
not the
with it. I
same.
mean, it's the same thing. Though.
It's literally not the same. It's the
the
same
Nerdic gods are
thing.
getting tested
No.
this week, boys.
How it is, though. It's just,
Please
all
explain.
they did was animate a CGI trailer for
Yeah,
Fable,
that's something. I what did they
Yeah,
do
but it's
for
like-
God of
it's
War?
the same
They listened to
Right,
Kratos.
But in
That's
God of
nothing.
War's defense, and I'm not trying to come across as a fanboy or anyone that's defending it. We know what this game is going to look like, and the fact that the
Then show
reveal.
something.
They don't need to. They
Yeah,
know
they do.
you know what you're gonna
Yeah, but
get.
it's just
You're gonna get more God of War, and we want more God of War. And it comes out in 2021. It doesn't matter about the voice.
It's
It
not
doesn't matter about the sign. It doesn't. It just says 2021, and that's what got you hyped. I couldn't believe it. I cradled my pillow,
not
and I was
hyped.
asking for my mum because I couldn't take it anymore.
That did not give me hype because I didn't see anything.
But we didn't say anything of Fable. We didn't
I
say
saw-
Okay, it might not have gotten us hyped because we all knew they were making God of War 2, right? I mean, but it's the same thing. Like, I hate that we keep comparing it to the Xbox one, but it's
At
like we
least
all knew they were making Fable. We all knew they were making Avowed. Or we didn't
Yeah,
know they were
well,
making
no, not
Yeah.
Avowed, but at least
Yeah, not
show
Avowed.
Kratos or something, anything. Show
Sure.
him picking up the Leviathan axe. I don't care. Something.
But like,
seen
this wasn't for us. We all already knew God of War 2 was being made. This is for, again, casuals that are like, hey,
Yeah, but I
God of
think
War
a
2 is
casual
coming
person-
out at some point, and you can only play it on PS5. That's what it's for. It's to sell
I
PS5.
think that people would still just want to see something. That's my only issue is that they just don't. They didn't show anything.
No,
There's a
because the majority of people are just going to read the title like God of War 2.
Yeah, it was a
Revealed.
voice and then the logo thing, the cool logo thing, and that's it. And that really disappointed me. For like
Overall,
a
though,
reveal-
man, it's just like, I'm just very excited God of War 2 was announced. Like, it's God of War
I
fucking
don't
2.
know.
It's
maybe
the best game of this generation, in my opinion, is getting
maybe
a sequel.
just I am just
It's been
becoming more jaded, and I don't know. I don't know what.
by
to,
jaded by jaded
You're
by.
not just excited for God of War 2. Like, hey, man, we got God of War 2. God of War 2 is coming
No,
out.
I
It's
am,
being
but like, I needed to see something.
Why?
I mean, I wasn't excited for really the Fable or Avowed, anyways. I was excited to see what it would be in the future, and it was a funny little trailer for Fable. But like they don't show anything. That's just disappointing.
Sure. Still,
especially
too, man. I just can't wait.
Well, especially for a game that's coming out next year. Remember when they did the first God of War reveal?
Yeah, and they had that.
And they showed that whole thing. They didn't even.
Yeah, but that was the re-reveal of God of War. They needed to show that. If they went, if they did that for God of War 1, I'd sit there and go, "You're right. What the fuck is this? Why are we getting more God of War? Who gives a fuck about God of War? God of War shit. God of War's this. God of War's that." I don't know. Moving on. You know, next week, yeah, one of us are gonna like turn heel. Something like the Shield on WWE. One of us is gonna get a chair shot to the back of the head. We're gonna join the rival factions.
I just pop up behind Daniel and hit him with a fucking chair.
I'm not angry at you guys.
No, you don't have to be angry. It's just video games. It's great.
So let's go pretty quick here.
Yes.
So Kena Bridge of Spirits got delayed,
which is a shame.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
Not surprising.
It's a shame, but you know, that's a game that was one of the games that I liked.
That was a launch title game as well, wasn't it?
Or I think it was this holiday.
It's a lot of these games that have gotten delayed recently out of this fall. I've just been like, oh, that was supposed to come out this year.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a lot of them.
Then let's see here. So Sony, there was a report that they were going to have less PS5s at launch, and then Sony kind of said that there isn't, but we don't really know how to feel about that. But
so it went from 15 million to 11 million was the reported numbers. Yeah. So 4 million less, and then Sony denied that claim. I don't believe it either. It probably is real. I believe there was 2 different reporters that reported the same thing, so they both heard that.
I don't. Well, I think it was somebody had said it that they heard it from a couple different sources. So
yeah, and it's through the next fiscal year, so through March there'll be 11 million out there. So these things are going to be hard to get.
I mean, today, 4:15, Jim Ryan said there will be more PS5 units available at launch than there were for the release of the PS4 in 2013. Speaking to the Washington Post, Ryan said there will be more PS5 units available on the release than last gen. While he offers no concrete numbers, the Post points out that millions of PS4 were sold on day one and 2.1 million were sold in the first 2 weeks, which should offer some ideas of the numbers involved. So there's more than 2.1 million out in the wild.
Right.
I don't know.
We'll see if there's a shortage this fall.
I'm sure they've got the a US and then the rest of the world's dates as is something to do with these numbers.
We're probably the biggest market in the world, so I'm sure that they want to make sure that we have enough. But it depends on how many they actually have, you know. So there was a Nintendo mini direct this morning.
Yes, there was.
I don't know if you guys saw that.
I caught it. I think Natalie's watched it, and I caught it on IGN by accident. Yeah, please do.
There was a new Monster Hunter game, Monster Hunter Rise, announced coming next year, March. Yes. March 26th next year. It looks okay. I'm not a Monster Hunter fan, but
I've not seen it.
It's not.
I need to watch
it's not Monster Hunter World, and it's only coming to Switch. So I think that's a little disappointing. I think people really want World.
And then they reported that they tried to get Monster Hunter World on the Switch so many times, and it just didn't work.
That game's really big.
It's
gonna.
Yeah, I don't think they can run on there, huh?
No, they tried and it just didn't work.
There was another Monster Hunter game, Monster Hunter Stories 2, which I didn't even know was the first one.
No, me neither.
Coming to Switch next year as well. Let's see here. Ori and the Will of the Wisps is going to come to Switch, which is awesome. More people need to play that game.
Today, right?
Oh, yeah, today. Yeah, you're right. Today.
Is that the second one?
Yes.
The second one.
Yeah.
One
Go download it.
The first one's already on there?
Yep,
Yes.
both of them now. And there's like a big bundle you can get.
That is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely beautiful. Like, if that is one collection I would love to own. And I've not played the first one, but it was so beautiful. Let's say, hold on, I am 8-bit, isn't it?
Well, I'm going to keep reading.
Yeah, you keep going, son. You keep going. I've got this.
The Fitness Boxing 2 Rhythm Exercise.
Let's do it.
It's coming to Switch. It was like a rhythm boxing game. I don't know. It did not appeal to me. They announced Disgaea 6.
My missus was really interested in this. She was like, I really want this game. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's a very popular franchise.
There's a lot of 9s in it. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
You could level up to like 999 million or something.
Yeah, the level was insane. It was like almost level 10,000 or something. Ridiculous. Then they showed more Balan Wonder World, that weird game from Xbox.
Yeah,
That was just weird.
I've seen that all weird.
And then they showed Rune Factory 5 coming next year. I know that people like that game. I know, Connor, you're not into any of this stuff, but it's fine.
I know. I'm waiting for something to catch my attention.
Here's one for you. Hades on Switch.
Oh, okay.
Today.
Today.
Out today, really? Oh, okay.
It's been reviewed already.
I didn't see the price for that, so I'm not sure what the price is, but out today.
How are the reviews, Simpson?
Very good.
I'll tell you IGN right now.
Very good. And that, I think, was pretty much it.
Very
Cyber Elite 4 for Switch. It was an okay.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was the a lot of people have said like he's going to be good. He's going to be there's big ones. I think Tim Getty's got like everybody up. Greg was awake. Did you see Greg in his like? Have you seen Greg in his watch along? Have you seen it, Connor?
No.
Carter me, he looks rough.
He probably just woke up.
He just woke up and just put himself in front of a camera.
Yeah, leave him alone.
Oh, he looked great.
Do
Don't
that.
get me wrong.
Okay, let's. Do you have anything more to say about the direct?
Not really. It was. I thought we were getting. The Mass Effect trilogy. That's all I want. That's
On
all I
Switch?
want now.
I feel like they would have announced it on the PlayStation.
I mean, there's been like thingamabobbies. Amazon listings. It's coming out on Xbox One, PS4, Switch. I would happily play. I would play it on the Switch, but I want this trilogy more than anything else in the whole world.
I do too. I just don't want it this fall.
Oh no, I want to play it. I just want it. Come on.
I want the new master. I don't need the remaster really.
Oh,
Here's
man.
the thing: the last time they made a new Mass Effect, they fucked up.
I know.
Good.
I know.
I don't know if I want that.
I do, but whatever.
I just think BioWare isn't the same BioWare anymore.
They're not.
Than
They're not.
Thing. Yeah, I just think
You take it back.
I don't know if
You take it back.
no, they're
No, I mean I agree with them.
they really are. The same people don't work there anymore.
Let's go on to the new releases. We actually have some good releases this week. We have Crisis Remastered, PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Will it run on PS4? That's the question.
It will. We got Super Mario 3D All Stars
Coming tomorrow in the post, baby.
I do want to buy it.
I will not have it until Christmas.
That's okay. You'll have that's a good Christmas.
No,
game.
I'm not gonna open it. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna open it.
We got WWE 2K Battlegrounds.
It's worth money, mate. After 31st of March, people are like, I want it.
They're gonna keep
$600.
WWE 2K Battlegrounds, PS4, Switch, PC, and it says Stadia. I don't know if it is or not.
Here's the
September
fucking
18th.
See,
Avengers.
I'll fight Sims and UFC. I'll beat his ass, and then we'll play this.
I don't want to play this trash. I do.
Why not?
No, you're the one that's
This
been
isn't
excited.
WWE, man. If you want to play a proper wrestling game, we'll play Here Comes the Pain, yeah?
Here comes the pain.
It's PS2 game.
All we got Untitled Goose Game, the co-op update, finally. PS4, Switch, PC. Pretty much every week you can play it on the 23rd, September 23rd.
Can't wait to play
And
that.
Serious Sam 4 is coming to PC and Stadia September 24th.
Oh, is that finally out? Cool.
Yeah, just
Finally.
PC and Stadia, though.
You've got a PC.
He does
do.
have a PC.
I'll come play Series.
Yeah. Let's move on to the bets. So, Connor, you have a total of 10 right now.
No.
I have 9. Sims has 11. We need to beat him. That's all I'm going to say. He needs to go down.
Taking you the fuck down.
Fucking China.
Last week's bet was how many playable characters are there in the first Hyrule Warriors? We were very far off. I'm sure.
Always are.
Spoiler. Connor, you said 10. I said 15. Sims said 12. Boys, there was 31 playable characters in that game.
Of
There's
course.
so many. So many. So
Even though there's 31 characters in the Zelda universe.
there's so many characters. I did not expect that. I thought there was a lot. That's why I said 15, but man, doubled how much I said.
Zelda's trusty money.
Does that mean I win?
No, I won. No, I won this one. So this
Are we
week,
gonna recap the PlayStation event? Our bets? Who won that?
we can. If you'd like. Let's finish the bets and then I'll go and do that.
Sure.
So this week's bet is I want to know how long will it take you to beat all 5 of the God of War games. We got God of War 2 announced, the new God of War 2.
Are you counting Ascension?
Counting Ascension. So 1 through 3 Ascension, the new one. No, just the main one. So what I'm going to do,
very good.
I'm going to tell you how I'm going to do it. I'm going to go to how long to beat, and I'm going to take the very first one, just main story. And I'm
so just the main, not completionist, just
whatever
the
they
main
say. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
For
Main
all
story.
5 of those games.
Oh,
Okay.
do we all use this website? I didn't know that.
I always use how long to beat.
The world uses
So I'm going to have you go first, Connor. How long to beat all 5 of the mainline God of War games?
I played these, so I got this.
You do?
All 5. Okay.
All 5.
I'm doing math. Hang on, people.
So am I. No.
I'm doing math.
You've ruined the fun.
Hang on.
I'll go first then.
Okay, go.
I'm gonna say 45 hours. 45 hours. You guys chime in whenever you have yours.
64.
64. Okay. Going on the high end. Sims.
62.
62.
I didn't mean
fucking
to.
bastard.
I didn't mean to. Look, I wrote it here.
Came out around the same number, you bastard.
So let's, I guess, do our predictions from our predictions episode. Connor, you didn't get anything. You're just.
I got God of War 2. I also got the prices.
The prices you did. We'll say that the prices you did. Did you say God of War 2?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. You did?
He said Miles Morales gets delayed.
I remember the Miles Morales. Yeah.
God of War won it. And what was the last one?
I said the Uncharted game by Sony San Diego.
Yeah.
I said God of War 2, the Spider-Man delay, and the.
So you got
The prize. The prize. We all had a prize.
You got 1 point.
Two.
What was the other part of the point?
Prices.
No, that was something we all did. I wasn't.
Oh, we're not getting points for the prices?
I wasn't doing a point for that. I thought we were just kind of guessing.
Okay, sure.
So, and then what we all.
And I said Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, point.
So I got a point. I get 1 point. My other 2 were wrong. And then Sims, I would say you don't get a point for that, just because you were wrapping into PlayStation.
What's the argument here that Sims gets a point for Game Pass thing?
Is that
no. The reason why I say no point is because he also said PlayStation Now would be like revamped and wrapped into stuff.
Yeah, what were his words exactly? Because if he said PlayStation will make some sort of alternative to Game Pass, then I
said UI, and then I says PS Now will be getting a revamp, with like a Games Pass type thing. So I don't know.
I would say no point.
It's the PS Now.
I could be outvoted. I don't know.
I mean, it's drawing it. You two. I mean, if you want to put the price in, then Connor wins. Well, I don't know. Anyway,
close.
All right, let's move on to the game. We're gonna finish the actual bracket. We have the final bracket here, and then we'll have our final 4 at the end of this. You boys ready?
Born ready.
All right. The first fight is Ori in the Blind Forest, the first game, and Tales from the Borderlands, the Telltale game.
I will go first. I
Sure.
have not played any of these games. Ori 1, set up for Ori 2. Visually it looks amazing. I've seen it. I've seen it be played. I've watched gameplay. Tales of Borderlands, my missus really loved it. I know it's really beloved by a lot of people. Probably the best Borderlands story ever. I want to say Borderlands. I think
I'm voting for Tales from the Borderlands. I think Tales from the Borderlands is awesome. And the kind of thing that's sad is in Borderlands 3, they kind of mess up Reese's character a little bit. He's just not the same. It's kind of sad.
Is it Troy Baker?
Yeah, this is one of the rare cases where I haven't played either of these games. I'm gonna go Ori. Borderlands just doesn't interest me, man. I just don't like the.
But I would say maybe check out Tales, because I think you would like Tales if you like.
I'm sure I would if it had a better story and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's called Border. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean that's what you chose.
Yeah, I just no, I forget it.
Yeah, a border. That's the only game with border in it. The next one is one for me: Kentucky Route Zero and Uncharted 4. And I know that there is no way I can convince you boys to even think about Kentucky Route Zero, so I think I have to just go for Uncharted 4.
Do you legitimately think Kentucky Route Zero is a better game?
It's hard to say that because they are so polar opposites in terms
Do you
of
like it more?
I think it's way more unique. I do think Uncharted 4 is the best Uncharted in my opinion, but Kentucky Route Zero is just unique. We've already had so many Uncharteds, you know. We've had 5 mainline games. So, but
do you like it more, Daniel?
Probably not.
No,
Probably
okay.
not. I think it's pretty close. I think Kentucky Route Zero is very underrated and overlooked.
Sure. Well, yeah, obviously I'm going to Uncharted 4. I never played Kentucky Route Zero.
I
have it on my desk. I gotta play it.
Yeah,
You should.
I'm gonna say Uncharted. Unfortunately, God, I've not played it, which is a shame.
Yeah, I think Kentucky is just a really cool game. The next one is Overwatch versus Breath of the Wild, which I think is 2 games pretty opposite. One's multiplayer only, and one's an amazing single player game.
My problems with Breath of the Wild, but I will be voting for it because I've never played Overwatch.
What was your problem?
With Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get into it as it continues.
Okay.
I don't like the weapon breaking system. I don't like the stamina thing. What's that?
You don't like the stamina?
I don't like the stamina thing. I don't like the weapon breaking system. I think the world's empty in a lot of parts, overly empty in various areas. There's a lot of fields in Breath of the Wild. People don't like to talk about that. There's a lot of empty fields. The enemies, very boring to fight, I think. You fight the same enemies over and over again.
High level enemies. That's when you start.
It's fun when you come across one of those lions that are like horses or whatever the fuck. Yeah, it's cool when you come across that stuff, but those are so rare. I feel like you're just fighting trolls the whole time. Yeah. But I'm still picking Breath of the Wild. I do love that game though.
I love.
Go on.
I do. It's not as good as Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild is incredible.
I need to pick Overwatch for sure.
My first Switch experience, played it.
I wish I wasn't going against Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, unfortunately, just how the cookie crumbles. Yeah, I enjoyed Breath of the Wild. Played it on the Switch, played it handheld, really loved it.
Don't play Breath of the handheld. No, you gotta have a nice.
Yeah, but I didn't have the Switch set up, and I couldn't be bothered, and it was just I just wanted to chill, and I was proper chilled out of it.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. I played a bit. I played a bit, but not too much.
The next one is Devil May Cry 5 and Horizon Zero Dawn. I think is another cool one that they both have awesome gameplay. These games are just both super fun gameplay. In my opinion.
Yeah, I'll just go first. I'm clearly picking Horizon. I loved Horizon Zero Dawn. It's one of my favorite games of the generation. I just think the combat of that, it's so smart. I love the story overall, the mystery of the world. Aloy as a character. I think all that put together, just the uniqueness of it. I mean, you're running around fighting robot dinosaurs with a bow and arrow. Like I said, this is like something I would dream up as a kid, and they made it into a video game. So yeah, I love that game. I like DMC5 too. That was my first Devil May Cry game that I fully played through and beat.
I mean, I think DMC5 is like top tier gameplay.
Yeah, I love the gameplay. Gameplay is great. All the combos are awesome. I wasn't a fan of the story in DMC5. Maybe it's because I don't have the context for the others. Yeah, sure. I mean, it kind of had like this goofy vibe to it too.
I think it was honestly one of the better stories in my opinion for them.
Okay. Yeah. I just wasn't a big fan of the story, but yeah, awesome gameplay. But yeah, I'm still going Horizon.
Sims?
I have a scratch on my screen. Okay. Devil May Cry was incredible. Very repetitive though. I don't know. I think I played so many of these like action games where you go into a room, the door gets locked, you beat a load of enemies, you move on to the next. I played so many of them. Like growing up, I was kind of over it. So now I play them, I'm like, I just can't bother anymore. I do have my problems with Horizon Zero Dawn, but I do believe Horizon's a better game than Devil May Cry.
I like Horizon more as well, but I think Devil May Cry is just a very underrated.
Why is my screen scratched? Okay.
But I agree with both of you. Horizon's just really good. This next one's going to be very interesting. Wolfenstein New Colossus versus Life is Strange Season 2.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you're hurting my soul here, man.
These are two awesome games. Two awesome games.
That's tough.
For me, I think that as a complete package, Wolfenstein's just so good. I have to pick Wolfenstein. That game is awesome. That's another overlooked game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Wolfenstein as well. I think as far as first person storytelling goes, that's top tier. Wolfenstein 2, man. It's up there. I love the gameplay in that, the dual wielding the weapons. What's his name? The main character?
BJ Blazkowicz.
Blazkowicz, yeah. He's a great main character to have, especially the way they made him come to life more as a first person character. You know,
even compared to the first of the reboot, right?
Yeah, yeah.
New Order.
Oh, it's certainly the better one, right?
Yeah.
And just that story overall, the vibe, the setting is great. Yeah, Wolfenstein all day.
You're picking it too? Sweet.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was I didn't really enjoy it. I enjoyed. I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it, but I prefer it. I've not played Life is Strange, but I mean, it was alright. I don't like first person shooters.
Yeah, I think your biggest issue with it. Yeah.
I bought it. I enjoyed it for what it was. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm outvoted anyway.
I mean, if you have something to say, say it.
No, I've not really played Life is Strange 2, so.
Love Life is Strange 2 though. Just want to say.
No, nothing against that.
Great. I think it's the worst of the Life is Strange. I mean,
I agree. Out of the three games, I think so too, but it's very strong.
Oh, you're counting Before the Storm as well. Yeah. If you count that as well, I'd probably say it's a little better than Before the Storm. I don't know.
I like Before the Storm.
Is Life is Strange 2 the one with the boys?
Yes.
Yeah.
The brothers.
They're on Games Pass, aren't they?
Yeah, all are. It was. I would check it again.
I'll have a look.
Next one is Assassin's Creed Odyssey versus Arkham Knight. And like this one's easy for me. Not close. Arkham Knight all day. I don't like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I think it's visually beautiful. The scenery, character models just don't look good. But I don't like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so
Connor?
Arkham Knight.
Yeah, I think Arkham Knight is the worst of the Arkham games, but I still like it more in Odyssey. I don't think
it's that much worse, to be honest. For me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say it's like, but I do think it is the worst.
I've tried 3 times to play this game and I can't get into it.
Arkham Knight?
Yeah, I just can't do it. I'm going to try. I might try it again when it comes to the PlayStation Collection.
It's on
It's a
Game
good
Pass.
excuse. But it's on the PlayStation Collection.
Yeah, but it's on Game Pass right now.
Yes. I don't know. Yeah, you're right, Batman. But I prefer Odyssey. But it has to be Batman.
I know how much you like that game.
I vote for Odyssey, but it's not going to go through. I think Odyssey is incredible. Too long, too big.
Way too
Origins is much better. I think Origins is the better game, but that's just I'm in the very.
I've heard this before though. You're not the only one that I've heard it from. The next one is Injustice 2 versus Bayonetta 2.
A lot of DC games coming up.
Should I go first?
We're including Bayonetta 2.
Yeah. I mean, this is 2014 was still this gen.
Yeah.
I mean, we've included other Wii U games. We've included other. It was Tropical Freeze. Where
we're counting the Switch versions of all.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Captain Toad, we're including them. I'm gonna go Injustice 2. I think that story is so good. I love both Injustice stories for being a fighting game as well, and it to have a good story is just pretty rare.
I think I'm gonna go Bayonetta. I really like Bayonetta 2. I like Injustice 2 a lot too. Yeah, I did really like the story of Injustice 2. But I think Bayonetta was one of my favorites of those types of games. The hack and slash with combos.
I'm still not sure if I like it more than the first, but I agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bayonetta 2.
Sims, you get to decide this time.
I've not played Injustice. I played about an hour of Bayonetta. First the first like 10 minutes of Bayonetta blew my mind. Like Bayonetta 1's incredible, and I'd love to go and play Bayonetta 2. Just time. I'm gonna say Bayonetta. I've not played Injustice, but Injustice is just a fighting game to me. Like Bayonetta is an incredible action game with everything chucked at you all at once. like shoes coming out of stuff. It's weird, but it's so good.
All right.
Can I get an amen?
Amen.
It is great. The next one, it's going to be pretty easy here, but Mario Kart 8 and Transistor.
Twisted Transistor.
Transistor's great, but it's not Mario Kart 8.
No,
Mario Kart 8
not.
is just one of the greatest games of all time. Easy.
Why are you even thinking about it?
Because I'm gonna pick Transistor. I love Transistor.
I love Transistor. I know.
What is Transistor?
Mario Kart 8 has gone down so much in my mind since CTR came out because it's just that's how a kart racer should be made, in my opinion.
Yeah, I need to play CTR. I really do.
Yeah, I just think there's so much like skill involved in CTR, and there's just no skill involved in Mario Kart. Like it's just all luck. But I do really like Mario Kart though. But yeah, I love Transistor. Transistor is one of my.
I played it this year.
Games that came out in the generation that I really like. You know, we were just talking about Supergiant games with the Hades game. Yeah, I love all the things they put out. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Transistor.
Daniel?
I said Mario Kart 8.
I'm gonna say Mario Kart 8. I don't even know what Transistor is, and you can tell me after the show.
We've talked about. I played it this year. So the next one's Tales from the Borderlands versus Uncharted 4. And I think we're gonna have a hard time going against Uncharted 4 in this one. Like, I think Tales is a really good story, pretty unique story, but it's not. I still don't think it's as good as Uncharted 4. I have to go for that.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't played Tales from the Borderlands, but Uncharted 4 is my favorite Uncharted. So
me too. I'm surprised you said
Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
Sims, you too?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to.
This next one. This is the fight. This next one. Breath of the Wild versus Horizon Zero Dawn. This is the fight.
Take me back to 2017.
I know. This is the fight. This is 2017 fight.
Everybody started Horizon, and then everybody stopped playing Horizon.
I didn't. No, I didn't. I beat it and then went to it.
Fuck Horizon.
One has better gameplay, and that's how I have to choose it. Horizon Zero Dawn, easy,
100%.
I love Breath of the Wild.
Better world, better story. Breath of the Wild doesn't even have a story.
Breath of the Wild still might be in like my top 25 ever, but it's not Horizon. It's not as good as Horizon.
No,
easy.
It isn't. The open world structure, Breath of the Wild, there's a lot wrong with it. Where compared to Horizon,
I love the climbing, and that's
like
good.
Climbing, sure, that's fine, but like you get up there and it's just a field of grass. It's just like okay.
It's more about the exploration in there, and it's more about the combat in Horizon.
Yeah, you can explore a lot and find another field of grass or a field of snow or.
No, it's the Korok seeds. That's what you're looking for.
Kind of thing. Those are really cool. I love the shrines in Breath of the Wild as well. I think that's what. That would be the argument to put it against Horizon.
Sims? I know you're going for Breath of the Wild.
I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
Let's just move on. I'm
Wolfenstein.
I'm not angry.
Wolfenstein 2.
Just disappointed.
Wolfenstein New Colossus and Arkham Knight.
I'm gonna go Wolfenstein. I
all
think
day.
Wolfenstein all day. Yeah, man. I think it's one of the best first-person shooter stories. The gameplay in that I think is great.
Still overlooked. Easy.
Arkham Knight's great too. So
yeah,
you know,
but I think Wolfenstein's so overlooked, man. That game. Yeah, it didn't. It critically did well, but it just people need to play that game. They really do. We got Bayonetta 2 versus Mario Kart 8.
Sims. What'd you pick?
Yeah. What do you want?
Batman.
Okay. He feels defeated.
Sims not a first-person shooter guy.
No. We got Bayonetta 2 and Mario Kart 8.
I will go Mario Kart on this one, surprisingly. Yeah, I liked Mario Kart 8 more than that. I think.
You tell me I could play as Link in Mario Kart. That's it.
Throw shells in Mario. What more do you need?
Yeah. Can you throw blue shells in Bayonetta?
Yeah, probably.
No, you can't.
Mario Kart 8. Yeah, Mario Kart 8.
We got Uncharted 4 versus Horizon Zero Dawn.
Ooh, That's tough.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
That's rough. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go Horizon Zero Dawn. I think story wise, I think Uncharted is better. I think it has better writing, probably better characters.
I think that's why I'm choosing Uncharted.
Yeah, I think you could make that argument pretty well. But gameplay wise, say Horizon is much more smart, much more fun.
It's hard to compare with Uncharted in its gameplay, right? Because Uncharted is supposed to be fun and just over the top, and Horizon is this more in like you're trying to break down these bots and stuff. It's different.
I'm also just a bigger fan of the open world structure and the whole sci-fi setting. I like more.
Sims,
robot dinosaur Sims. Think about it.
So we've got who's picked what?
I chose Uncharted. He chose Horizon.
Sims, remember when I chose Spider-Man? You remember? I know you remember.
I think I don't know, Horizon, I just didn't have fun with it. I got really bored of it. Like Uncharted, I was on my edge of my seat the whole time, and I don't want to, jokes aside, and Breath of the Wild over Horizon, etc. I just didn't have fun with Horizon. It dragged. Even Natalie, she was really excited about playing this dinosaur game, and then.
Well, let's pick Uncharted then.
I'm sorry.
So Wolfenstein and Mario Kart 8.
Wolfenstein and Mario Kart 8. I'm gonna go Wolfenstein for sure. I definitely think.
I actually have to agree.
Yeah.
I think I have to agree with Wolfenstein. It's sad for me to say that about Mario Kart. Wolfenstein, I just think brings a lot more to the genre, and Mario Kart is just more Mario Kart, and that's great. Now we got. I know Sims.
We are just skipping Sims
because we keep outvoting him.
It's fine. You're right. I agree.
Okay. Then we got Uncharted 4 and Wolfenstein, New Colossus.
That is the final of this bracket. Uncharted 4, Wolfenstein, New Colossus. That's actually pretty tough.
It is.
Both incredible stories.
Honestly, I think Wolfenstein is a pretty underrated story, to be honest.
Yeah. I think Wolfenstein better gameplay, Uncharted better characters. Both good overall, though, at both. I'm going to go Uncharted. I think the conclusion of that story was really impactful. I think the ending of that was great.
That's what gets me. The end.
Yeah. I think that
had an amazing
great ending, great epilogue, great characters. I like the twist in Uncharted as well with Sam.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sam's a great character.
Yeah, and just beautiful to look at Uncharted 4, man. Still to this day.
It's got. I just preferred Uncharted over Wolfenstein, and that's just my taste in games. It's just like the AAA action over the AAA first-person shooter.
Well, that's it for the. Now we have the final four.
What are the final four?
We got Red Dead, Spider-Man, God of War, and Uncharted 4. I think overall that's pretty solid. I think some games got snubbed throughout this whole bracket, but yeah. So
don't try to tell me PlayStation didn't kill it this generation, man. There 3 of those are PlayStation exclusive.
And with that has been episode 32. Thank you for watching and subscribe. Bye.
Tell your grandma.
Tell your grandma. Don't forget to do that.
Bye, guys.